Hey, so the first emotion that I'd like to speak to you on is grief. I have a lot of experience with grief. I'm sure a lot of you do too. Um, Grief, in the Chinese medicine perspective, is clearing out. I look at it as like the minimalistic emotion. And what I mean by minimalistic, there's this lady, she's a little Japanese lady on Netflix. And she has this show where she goes to people's houses and they have like so much stuff. I mean, just like so much stuff, stuff upon stuff upon stuff. And it's just piled up. And they need help getting rid of it. So she has them put all their belongings in like one pile in the house. And then she has you like put each article of clothing, whatever it is, like at your heart space. And if you just don't love that, or if you're not getting something that just uplifts you, then it needs to go. So that's the way that I interpret grief from the Chinese perspective, is that we have all these experiences and we get so stuck in not being able to let go, not being able to accept that, you know, your child's died, your mom's died, your sister died suddenly, just so much loss. And at the time, there's like such a shock, you know, when it happens, because there's never a good time for that. Even when you think you're ready for it, it's still like such a shock to our system. And so, and it can be, you know, anything like the loss of a job. I mean, just loss is loss. And when I look at it with the Chinese perspective, I look at it as, see, my son committed suicide. And so I can look back now and I can see that I'm so glad that I got to spend some time with him, you know, before that happened. I got to see his face, I got to hear his voice, and those are really, really precious to me. Whereas before, I was just like, why? This was such a sick joke. I mean, I got to see him and meet him. 6 months later, he's gone, you know. And I held on to that story for a while. And so it's just like clogging up and clogging up. It's like a closet that has way too much stuff in it and you don't even know how to get to your clothes. So with grief, you can take all the experiences and you take the good stuff and you learn from it. It's like providing wisdom. You can learn from it, and whatever adds to your bounty, you know, you take that. And then all the rest, all the regret, all the, you know, the longing and the shoulds and the expectations and just the stuff that you can feel your muscles just grow weak just even thinking about all those things. Those are the things that need to be cleaned out because they're not serving you anymore. And so when grief gets stuck is because we're keeping and holding on to all those things that make us go weak. And then we start experiencing, you know, disease and illness, unrest, you know, whatever you want to call it, in so many different forms. So it's like the spring cleaning emotion. There you go. So we keep what serves us and we let go of what doesn't.